Good morning, everyone. We are coming to you live via Facebook streaming, YouTube streaming, and also via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming from our studios in Trinidad. You are connected from wherever you are. Sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. You are the seed of awakening, and Master is the flowering of that seed which is there in you, waiting to blossom. You are the seed of awakening, and Master is the blossoming of that seed which is waiting to begin its process. You can become a Buddha, but you can never become a Gautam the Buddha. There are two things. Buddha is the flowering of the seed of awakening. Christhood is the seed of flowering of the seed of awakening. And Jesus is the one in whom the seed of Christhood awakened, blossomed. Do not make your master or these as an ideal. Otherwise, you will start imitating. You will see all around people are imitating their masters in their appearances, in their gestures. You look at the people who are carrying on the Osho work all around. Everyone imitates like Osho. But because they are imitators, they have switched over to worshipping, chanting, and do not understand what does this masters mean. Nanak says in Japji, when he had the first experience, Ek Onkar Satnam, that which is one, truth, Satnam, Akal Murat, beyond time and space, born out of his own free will, Jap. Jap is immediately understood as rituals. Jap is the word that Nanak used. So what they do, they take Ek Onkar Satnam, use it as a mantra or zikr, and continue doing that. Nanak did not mean that. I'll come to you. Shankar in Bhaj Govindam says, Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam Bhaj Mood Mate. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj is the word is used, Govindam. Govind is referred to a deep light within you. This is what awakened one means. But the imitators, go means light, go wind, the light, and bhaj means seek. Seek the light within you. Buddha said, be a light unto yourself. First thing you have to experience the light within, then you will see the light in the other. Then you will see the light, the same light that is there in you, you will see it in the other. And then he says, Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam 2 times, Govindam Bhaj Moodmate. First he says Bhaj Govindam, Then he says, Govindam bhaja. Seek, O fool, seek that light, adore that light which has sparkled in you, and you see that light in the other also. But Hare Krishna people, ISKCON people, they say that Shankar got understanding in the last days, and he says, Bhaj Govindam, pray to Govind, referring to Krishna. Govind also means the cowherd boy, which is Krishna. This is not what was meant there. Krishna, when Bhagavad Gita was written, Vedavyas did not use the word, he says Arjun Ovach, Arjun spoke, Sanjay Ovach, Sanjay spoke. Then he does not say anywhere Krishna Ovach. He says Bhagwan Ovach. Bhagwan means not a god sitting somewhere. It is the peak of consciousness, highest possibility of consciousness that has blossomed in you. At certain moments, you are peak. If you are working on a certain project, a moment comes when you are at the peak of that consciousness. You get insights into it. So, while this message of Bhagavad Gita was being related to Arjun, Krishna has reached to that state of awakening which was not possible always. It is in certain moments you are at the peak of consciousness when thoughts starts flowing, ideas starts flowing. So he says in chapter 17, 7th, 16th, 15th and 16th verse. 15th verse he says, 4 types of people do not follow me. They are deluded, 4 types. And then in 16th sutra, he says, Chaturvid bhajante mam manushya. 4 type of people, they bhajante, seek me. It does not mean the praying, ritualistic. And mam, he says mam is a word, it is a particular form of ego, I. Means that which is within me, the seed that has blossomed. That seed is being, you are seeking that seed. The seed is there in you. You have explored that. You are respecting that, not Buddha, not Gautam, not Jesus, not Muhammad. What has blossomed in Muhammad is more important. Muhammad remains an individuality. Buddha remains an individual. Jesus remains an individual. Christhood is the awakening, the blossoming of the seed in them. So, Shankar says, Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam Bhaj Moodmate. Moodmate means, O fool, seek Govind, seek light within you first. Then, if you have seen that this person is the light, you have seen the light within you, then you will see the light in the other. If you are a good chef, you will see that quality of chef in the other also. Then you will adore that quality which has blossomed in you, and traces of that which you see in the other also. You will respect each chef. You will respect each mechanic. You will respect everyone. You will respect each awakened one. Otherwise, I'll come back to you. A follower of Muhammad can never see awakening in Gautam, because to him that is blasphemy. So do not imitate them. Let them be your inspiration. Be inspired from everyone, but do not imitate anyone. Otherwise, what Osho did not do, Lalaji did not do, the other masters did not do, their followers are doing that. Ritualistic. They are the scholars who are making rituals, zikr of every verse from Quran, Upanishads, and so on and so forth. You can force something from without because you are imitating. You will become a fake phenomena. You will become pseudo, and you will look like Buddha. More than Buddha, you can look, but that look will only be in the appearance. Deep down there is no awakening, no understanding that Osho had or Buddha had. You can be bliss only when you are authentically yourself. You can never feel any happiness when you are acting as someone else. So remember, the Tantra awakening, you are the ideal. You are not to imitate anyone. You have to discover your potentiality, the seed in you. You have to create the environment for it to blossom. Looking at a Buddha, there is no need to imitate them. Do not imitate me. Let me be your inspiration. That when this person can attain to this, why can't I? You are the seed of awakening, and I am the blossoming of that. Buddha is just a symbol that something has happened to this man. And this can happen, if this can happen to this man, it can happen to everyone. In a Jesus, in a Mira, in a Chaitanya, in a Buddha, that possibility, that seed has revealed itself, it has blossomed. You need not be whatsoever you are. You are a seed. First, you have to recognize that I am the seed. I am the possibility. Then you need not remain the seed as well. Something more is possible. The seed can blossom. So Buddha is just a symbol of the future that you can be. Do not imitate him. Rather, let his life, his being, the phenomena that is happening become a new thirst in you. Let Muhammad be the thirst in you. Let Gautam be the thirst in you. Mira be the thirst in you. You must not be content with yourself as you are now. Let Buddha become the discontent in you. Let Muhammad, let Mira, let Krishnamurti, let Ram Krishna, let Zarathustra be the discontent in you. I will not rest until I attain to that state of blossoming that he has. You know, you will know, but your expression will be your own. You learn the art of auto mechanic, but you will have your individuality. But you will perform the act, the service the same way as anybody else does it. You are unique. Gautam is unique. Muhammad is unique. Meera is unique. Krishnamurti is unique. Osho is unique. Ram Krishna is unique. Zarathustra is unique. Bokuzu is unique. Everyone is unique. So nothing can be said. You are not predictable. When you blossom, what will happen? The experience at the navel center will remain the same, but the expression will be your own. No one can say what will happen. How would you manifest your expression? Whether whatever you have experienced the bliss within, whether you express it in Spanish or German or Portuguese or Swedish or Hindi or Sanskrit or Arabic or which language. If you are using the Arabic language, you have to take the examples to explain your message from around the area. If you are an American, you will take the examples from around you to explain your bliss that you have. This is what is very, very important, and you have to understand that. Nothing can be said, nothing can be predicted. No one can say what will happen, how would you manifest whatsoever happened to you. You can sing, you can dance, you can paint, you can remain silent. Nobody will know what you will do. And even if you are expressing it in the form of writing, what language you will use, what examples you will use, nothing. Predictions are possible only for the mechanical devices. And human consciousness is unpredictable. That is its freedom. So when Tantra says do not follow ideals, that does not mean that you deny Buddhas, Muhammads, Jesus. No, it is not a denial. Certainly, following another person, you will miss your own possibility. Never be a follower. Following your own path, you can gain, you can achieve it. I have heard someone came to a Zen master, Bokuzu. Bokuzu's master was very famous, well known, a great master. So no one asked. So someone asked Bokuzu, are you really following your master? Are you really following your master? Bokuzu said, yes, I am following him. It was strange. I am following him. The man who had asked the question was disturbed, could not understand this. Because it was very well known all over the country that Bokuzu was not following his master at all. So the man said, are you trying to deceive me? Everyone knows that you are not following your master at all. And still you say that you are following. What does it mean? Bokuzu said, I am following my master because my master never followed his master. My master never followed his master. I am following him. I am not following him. Means my master did not imitate his master. I am following him because I am not imitating my master. Bokuzu said, I am following my master because my master never followed his master. This is what I have learned from him. He was himself. I am myself, and I am following this. This is his tradition. He never followed anyone. He attained to what he was. He became himself. If he was following, do you think a rose follows a marigold? No, but it does. Marigold has blossomed. Rose is following that process of blossoming. Marigold has blossomed as marigold. Rose has blossomed as rose. So rose has followed the process of blossoming in marigold, but did not follow him to become a marigold. So you follow me to become to blossom you, the seed in you. But when the seed in you will blossom, it will blossom as your own flower. It may be a chrysanthemum. You may blossom as a chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum, marigold, rose, all these flowers, they follow one thing, blossoming. But they follow their own individuality. A rose is the seed of rose. Rose seed is the seed for the blossoming of rose flower, marigold. So that is how a Buddha or Jesus is to be followed. This is how they are unique. And if you want to be unique, you follow their blossomings. And you must remain unique. Buddha never followed anyone, and he achieved enlightenment only in that moment when he had completely stopped following. He went and that time there were 1800 different yoga systems. He followed everyone. When he realized that nothing was happening, he left everyone. He went on his own path. When he left all the paths, all the techniques, there was a tradition of samana, means they will not ask for food, they will not eat, and he lived on a grain of rice for 6 months. He became frail, but then he left everything. If you follow him, you are not following him. It is not paradoxical. It looks so. Following as a dead routine, you are imitating him. You are not following him. He has never followed anyone in the process of his blossoming. The only thing he followed, just like a flower, this flower has blossomed, the rose has blossomed, marigold has blossomed, chrysanthemum has blossomed, dahlia has blossomed. There is one thing common in each one of them, is blossoming. But each one has blossomed in their own unique way. Dahlia did not imitate rose. It imitated rose in the process of blossoming, because rose has blossomed yesterday, dahlia will blossom tomorrow, marigold will blossom day after tomorrow. So all of them in the garden are blossoming. They are in the process of blossoming. but they will maintain their individualities. Rose will remain rose, marigold will remain marigold, chrysanthemum will remain chrysanthemum, and each color of marigold will maintain its uniqueness. There is a beautiful book where by Friedrich Nietzsche, thus spoke Zarathustra. Thus spoke Zarathustra. The last message of Zarathustra to his disciples is that, beware of me. Now I have told everything that was to be told to you. Now that I have told everything that was to be told to you, now be aware of me. I have told you everything. Now be aware of me. Do not follow me. Just forget me, leave me, and go away. It is said, I do not know who said, if you meet a Buddha on the road, kill him immediately. Otherwise, you will start imitating him. Zarathustra's message was very important, which a person like Friedrich Nietzsche alone can write. Beware of me. Now I have told everything that was to be told to you. Now be aware of me. Do not follow me. Leave me and go away. You are inspired from me that I have blossomed, you too will blossom. Blossom as you are. Allow the seed to blossom in you rather than you can put an imitation rose flower on a tree, on a plant of marigold. But there is a difference. You brought from outside a very good looking plastic flower or silk flower and you put it on the marigold plant. No, rose will blossom as rose. This is the last message of all the great masters. No great master would like to make you a puppet, because that way he is killing you. He is a murderer then. He will help you to be yourself. And if you cannot be yourself in the intimacy and communion with your master, then where will you be yourself? The master teaches you how to be yourself. The master means the opportunity to be yourself. Master means the opportunity to be yourself. Only small minds, narrow minds, who pretend to be masters and who are really not masters will try to impose themselves on you. Great masters will help you to grow and seek your own path. Great masters will create every barrier so that you do not become a victim of following. They will create every barrier. They will not allow it, because your tendency, the human tendency, is to follow. It is easy. Imitation is the easiest. To be authentic is most arduous. And Master wants you to be authentic, yourself. No great master has ever allowed anyone to imitate him. If he does, then he is not a master. I was not forced to follow anyone. He will create every hindrance so that you cannot imitate him. He will throw you by every means to be yourself. I am reminded of a Chinese master who was celebrating the enlightenment of his master. Many followers had come. They said, "We have never heard that this man was your master. We never knew that you belonged to this man." That old man was dead. They said, "Only today I came to hear that you are celebrating your master's enlightenment day. This man was your master? Was he? And how? I never saw you around him." The saint replied, "I had been following him. I had been with him, but he had refused. He had refused to become my master. He had refused to become my master." This is the device of the master. "And because of his refusal, I became myself. He refused to be my master. That's why, because of that alone, I became myself. Now whatsoever I am because he refused me. I am his disciple. He could have accepted me, then I would have thrown all the responsibility on him." Bath means it is considered as a ritual that now the responsibility is of the master. No, the responsibility is yours. Bath means the master has held your hand, and you do not understand what really Bath means. Bath means the master has held your hand. He will help you to be yourself, but do not throw all the responsibility on him because you have taken initiation from him. Now responsibility is his. No, it is yours. I would have thrown all responsibility on his shoulders, but he refused. And he was the last man. There was no one in comparison to him. When he refused, I could not go anywhere else because he was the best. And when there was no possibility of my going anywhere, I left going to anyone else. He was the last. If he could have accepted me, I would have forgotten myself. But he refused. And he refused so rudely that refusal became a shock in me and a challenge also. But in that situation, you will become against him. But he did not. The refusal of the master, the rude refusal of the master came as a shock, and he took upon himself as a challenge. And I decided, now I will not go anywhere. If this man has refused, there is no one is worth going to. And I started working on my own. And only then did I realize that by refusing me, he had thrown me to myself. And only then did I know that he had accepted me by refusing. Because he refused me, and his refusal through me put me into a challenge, and I started working on myself. And then I realized that in creating that refusal, the rude refusal, he had opened up all the possibilities in me for growth. Otherwise, why should he refuse? The master refused to accept me as the disciple. This looks contradictory, but this is how the deeper dynamism of consciousness works. This is how an awakened one should work. Masters are mysterious, mystical. You cannot judge them by their actions. When a master gets angry with you, you do not understand the meaning of his anger. You cannot judge them. You cannot be sure what they are doing unless the whole scene is happening in front of you. Unless the whole thing happens, it is only in the end. Then I realized that when he refused me rudely, it came as a shock to me, and I was thrown to myself, and I put a challenge to me to blossom. On the middle path, you cannot judge what is happening. When you are in the midway, you cannot judge what it is happening, what is being done, why it was done to you. But one thing is certain, imitation cannot be allowed. Inspiration is a different thing. Through inspiration, you can start your own journey, not on any effort of copying, imitating. You have to move on your own path. Inspiration is just a challenge. A thirst has arisen in you, and you move on with that thirst. Tantra awakening or psychology of Tantra says, be inspired by anyone or everyone, but do not imitate. Always remember that you have your own goal, you have your own path. No one else can be unless you achieve the point from where you can say that I have achieved and my destiny is now fulfilled. When a rose flower blossomed, only then it can say that I have achieved my destiny. I am fulfilled. But do not stop. Go on transcending beyond that. Go on being in discontent. Go on moving. And if you do not take any ideal that up to here that you have to do only PhD, that's all. There are many realms beyond the PhD. You continue your research. The moment you become obsessed with the idea that you have attained, you are closed. If you become obsessed with Buddha, then Jesus is not for you. Then Muhammad is not for you. If you are obsessed with Muhammad, you will not appreciate Buddha. Then you are obsessed with an ideal. Muhammad may be your ideal, Buddha may be your ideal, Krishnamurti may be your ideal, then you will not like anybody else. Be not obsessed with a particular chef. Taste the food of different chefs, you will be enriched. Then you will not be obsessed with anyone. Be not obsessed with Buddha, Gautam. Be not obsessed with Jesus or Muhammad or Zarathustra or Krishna or Meera or anyone else. When you are obsessed with your ideal, what is your ideal? The blossoming in Muhammad is my ideal. The blossoming in Buddha is my ideal. My ideal is how rose has blossomed, attained to its fruition. How marigold blossomed, attained to its fruition. How chrysanthemum blossomed and attained to its fruition. That is my ideal. That is my inspiration. That is my inspiration, and you will be enriched. It is impossible. How can the follower of Muhammad conceive of Mahavir or Buddha being enlightened? No Muslim can accept anyone else in comparison to Holy Prophet. They look like polar opposites. If you put both in your mind, you will be in deep conflict. And that is the conflict that religion creates around you. That is why the conflict is created. That is why the followers of one ideal are the enemies of the other followers. They create enmity in the world. A Hindu cannot conceive of Muhammad can be enlightened, and a Muslim cannot expect that Krishna can be enlightened. It is blasphemy. Muhammad cannot be conceived. Jesus looks sad. Krishna looks so blissful. But deep down, the experience of each one of them, of Krishna and Jesus, are same. Jesus chose that way. The people that he was moving around, that was necessary. The followers of Jesus will think this is profane to be like Krishna, laughing, dancing, and all these. Krishna can exist together without any problem, without any conflict. Rather, they enjoy, both Jesus and Krishna will enjoy each other's company, but not the followers. Why is this so? This will be so because there is a deep psychological reason behind it. Followers are not concerned with Muhammad or Mahavir. He is concerned with himself. If he thinks both are good, then he will be in difficulty. No Muslim can say that Muhammad, I have heard, Gandhiji has always liked, he liked the mixed vegetable. So he had in his office a Bhagavad Gita, a Bible, a Quran, all these things together. Once a Maulvi came and he said, how you put Quran with Bhagavad Gita and Bible? Quran cannot be put in the company of the Bible. It is blasphemy. It is wrong. You have to keep Quran separately. But he had all these books at one place. This is the difficulty. Then whom to follow and what to do? Muhammad came to establish peace with sword. He was constantly at war. Mahabir escapes from life completely. He is even afraid of breathing because through that many the small insects may die. How can a follower of either make an accommodation for the opposite? Then his heart will be divided and it will be in conflict. How he can appreciate Muhammad and Jesus simultaneously? How he can appreciate Muhammad and Krishna simultaneously? To avoid this, he says everyone else is wrong and it is only Muhammad is right. The Hindus say Krishna is right and they will distort the message accordingly. When Shankar says Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam Bhaj Moodmate. Govind means, Go means light and Go means, this is the Sanskrit etymology. It is very rich. Go also refers to cow and Krishna is the cowherd boy. So Hare Krishna people, the ISKCON people say it is in the final analysis Shankar got little sense and he said Bhaj Govindam, pray to Govind. But Shankar never meant Bhaj means pray. He said seek Govind, seek light within you. First you have to seek the light within you, then you will seek the light in the other, and then you will seek light all around. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam Bhaj Moodmate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Rahi Rakshati Dukrin Karne, Mood Jahehi Dhanagam Trishna, Yallabte Nij Karmo Patam, Vittam Tena Vinodaya Chittam. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam Moodmate. A beautiful composition of Shankar. Both Shankar minus the Bhaj Govindam and Aurobindo, they are the misfortune for humanity. They have presented logic in such a systematic manner that you cannot skip it. Only a loveless person who have not experienced love and who do not expect to experience love will gravitate towards Shankar's other compositions and that of Aurobindo. If you have love in your heart, you will gravitate towards Shankar's Bhaj Govindam or the other. There is no need for you to be an imitator. You can taste the water of all the rivers, all the wells, everywhere. It may taste different. You can taste the food, the same butter paneer or butter chicken at different restaurants. It is butter paneer in each restaurant, it is butter chicken in each restaurant. Taste may be different because X cooked here, Y cooked there, Jesus cooked this dish, Muhammad cooked this dish. It will have the same quality of Muhammad into it. Taste may be slightly different. Rather, it is beautiful. You will be enriched by this. Then you are open to Muhammad, Mahabir. You are not saying that only I will eat the food cooked by the chef. No. If you are hungry, you will eat the food cooked by any chef. Suppose you are accustomed to going to one chef and that chef is not, that restaurant is not available to you. What will happen? You will remain hungry. All the chefs are pointing to one goal. There is a person, I think it is wife of Aldous Huxley, Laura Huxley, wrote a book, You Are Not the Target. The title of the book is You Are Not the Target. But I know you are the target of all these. You are the target of Buddhas, of Mahavirs, of Krishnas, of Christ. They all indicate it towards you. You are the target, you are the goal. You have to blossom, you have to attain to your flowering. Life is trying to achieve a unique goal through you. Life in you needs fulfillment. Life in me needed fulfillment. Life in everyone needs to blossom. The seed is a common seed in a rose, marigold, chrysanthemum, or different colors of roses is the same. Each seed is pulsating to blossom into its glory. So that seed is the target of the seed is the target of the gardener. He wants each seed to blossom into its own uniqueness. He does not want a yellow rose to become red rose. Yellow rose will blossom as yellow rose and spread its beauty and fragrance. Red or crimson rose will blossom and spread its own beauty and fragrance. Various colors of chrysanthemum, marigold, dahlia will spread their own beauty and fragrance. No one else can achieve that. No other flower can become a yellow rose. You are meant for it. That yellow rose is meant to become a yellow rose. A red rose is meant to be yellow rose. So yellow rose is the target of the gardener to become a yellow rose. Really, you are not following anyone. You become inspired easily by everyone else. If you are following, you become dead. If you will not get inspired in that case, because you are following Krishnamurti, you are following Osho, you are imitating Osho. And there is no fragrance of Osho in you. You start doing things according to your own understanding. Inspiration is an openness. Inspiration is openness. Following is being closed. Only this much for this morning. Until we meet again tomorrow, take care and do have a pleasant day.